Hello everybody, Mark McRae back again with part 3 of our game Asset Pipeline series. We left off with the wheel here for the wagon. I did make a few changes to it in between videos. I shortened the length of this iron piece here, also combined it all into one item for the moment, and then also changed this to a circular inset rather than a square because obviously this needs to spin around the axle, and a perfectly square axle all the way doesn't work well for that whole spinning thing. So yeah, we've got that fixed up. Now the main piece of the axle will still be square, but coming out of that square piece would be the idea that a metal rod is either welded to it or through it with a circular rod coming out, and we'll have a small hub finish off here. I'm just not sure how I'm going to handle that yet, or how I'm going to make that look. Give me 1 sec here. Okay, so let's start working on that axle. So I want a square piece that will be don't want it quite that large. Yeah, that seems about the size that I want. So let's do a quick nope. Move that there. Nope. And then snap this. Go into our side view. We want to snap there and there so that it is perfectly centered. And then we can pull this out a bit, and then let's expand this out. I'm really not sure. Maybe we don't want to. Actually, let's snap that to the center. Turn our grid back on. I'm actually going to snap to our center point. Okay, that wheel's going to go right about there. This is going to be a very basic piece. There's nothing going to be too fancy with this. Let's also grab is here. We can change subdivisions on this to 12. Enlarge it a fair amount. I'm going to turn on X-ray mode here. Let's go back out of X-ray mode. I want just these objects for the moment. Let's get rid of the cart. Well, that is not centered. There we go. That should be centered there. And it is obviously far too long. Now I've also got AO turned on. It just helps my shaded view. You can turn that on right here. Just puts shadows in places that the rendering engine expects that there would be shadow. So yeah, let's do that. Feels about right. Okay. Now, if I wanted to be like, get myself super precise with this, I could create a small inset on this object to make it look like this is, you know, either create a weld bevel on it or a socket to make it seem like it's a rod that's been pushed through and is being held with gaskets. Not gaskets, that's not the right word. I can't think of. Anyways, but because it's in a spot that the camera's not really gonna see too much of it, I'm not too concerned about modeling that too precisely. What I will do though is go into my, actually I'm just gonna, let's just do this in, there we go, do that, face, delete those, don't really need it. It is wasted geometry. And we're not going to be using those faces either. So let's push this here. And how do I want to do this? Let's do a, whoa. set there. Let's give it a bevel. I actually want this out a bit further. Let's put it out just past. There we go. And then we're going to top it off with what will look like a bolt, large bolt, holding this all together. So set that down to 8 faces. Delete those. Oh, there we go. And you know what? Just for a little bit of variety's sake, we're gonna create another smaller one coming off of that. And let's actually push that a bit more. Push that in. There you go. And then once we're all done with everything and we know it's all set, we'll rotate these slightly so that they're a bit offset from everything, make it look like they were actually screwed on. Everything doesn't line up exactly perfect. Give it that little extra touch of realism. But I think that officially finishes, well, that's actually the axle piece. Let's grab, actually, those pieces aren't needed anymore. So we can just grab that, bevel it. Does 0.1 feel right? That's a bit too much, 0.05. That looks good. So combine those. That's not needed. Axle. Wheel hub. Put those in there. So I just selected those, and then held down middle mouse button to move them inside that group. And then I actually want that to be centered now. Oh, I wanted just the pivot to be centered, not the whole thing. And it's already done there. -1. Same thing with this. Freeze transformations, duplicate, -1. And there we've got our wheels on both sides now. Why is this showing? Oh, accidentally hit the 2 on it. So that's showing the object smoothed as well as the low poly cage. 1 is the low poly, 3 is the subdiv. Now we have no supporting edges, so it just circularizes everything. So this part we're just gonna time lapse through. I'm not really doing anything that needs to be explained too thoroughly. I'm just very basic modeling procedures here. No real fine detail work going into anything here. I'm just moving boards around, putting some bevels on them to make for a little bit nicer edges. Getting everything lined up. There's no point in going through 10 minutes of just watching me do super basic stuff. Tends to get a bit boring when you're, not watching anything that's new or problem solving. So there'll be a few spots in this series where I just time lapse through stuff. Okay, so this guy. So basically, what I want, like a little curve put into the wood here. So we're gonna continue going back to before I beveled it. There we go. And we are gonna need both pieces for this. So I can't just simply bevel and go on this. And so let's put this here. This here. And let's put first off a edge there. Okay. Snap that back. Let's put this here. Okay. think that's pretty much what we're looking for. Now, do I want more of a curve? Oh, let's combine these two so that I can work on them at the same time. So I'll round that off a bit more. Hmm. Okay, maybe we do want them separate. Why is that not giving me my whole edge loop? Oh, never mind. Apparently tired. So do I want the extra? Do I care about the extra curve in this? Um, yeah, I like it with the more smoothed out curve. Let's grab. Do we need that at all? Maybe just move it up higher rather than adding an extra loop. And I think that's good. That's basically the end. I'm just gonna time lapse the rest of this again. Say thank you so much for watching. Uh, keep an eye out for the next part in this series. We'll probably be able to finish up getting everything modeled out here, and then maybe discuss where we're going to go from there. So, yeah, if you have any comments, any questions, as always, please leave them at the bottom in the comment section. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day. Thank you.